Yes.
Let's go, baby.
All right, welcome back. It's going to be a good one, everyone.
It's going to be a good one.
We've already had some really great conversations that we do have to start the OnlyFans, with some of this off-topic talk that we can't put on the YouTube for this channel. But if you're wondering what you just stumbled across, you have found
these people. Everyone's going to be like, what?
Yeah.
Maybe
one of the more fun real estate channels out there. If you're following real estate,
it is. That's weird. Our opinion.
We're having fun doing it. But I'm Joe Parker. This is Brahmi Croc. We're in Santa Barbara, California, and I'm a real estate agent. Brahmi's a mortgage broker, and we're good buddies. And we go out on caravan tour. We see homes, and we drive around the community. And we take you along for the ride. So if you want to be buddies with us and jump in the car and go cruise around Santa Barbara,
join us.
Let's go.
We're loving the comments. We're loving the comments. Thanks for everyone. Joe finally turned me on and said, "You got to reply to some of them all." I started reading. I'm like, I love this.
He's in there now.
I'm in.
And we're working on
my neighborhood. We're right in my neighborhood right here.
Yeah.
And hey, quick shout out to Milgard Windows.
Milgard.
I know. Trip on this.
Okay. Lifetime warranty.
Yeah. And one of the windows seal, you get that, it's double pane, dual pane, water's in there. My wife she's not bugging, asking, "Hey, will you get this fit? And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know, that's going to cost us so much money." And then I called, like, "Yeah, no, that's warranty." Come right out today. 20 minutes maybe.
How do they fix that?
They replaced the whole thing.
Oh.
They literally pop the edges, they take it out, they put in a new piece of double pane, glass because they're sealed on the edges.
Yeah.
And then they seal it and put it right back in, and it was done.
Wow.
And it was just like this. Here's the time. And then it was like, "Yeah, we're done. Thanks. Have a good day."
Dang.
And it wasn't like, "Hey, sign that," and that. Nothing. It was amazing.
That is cool. All right. Good plug.
Milgard.
If you're watching.
Or anyone who has a lifetime warranty on that stuff, that I don't know, their service was impeccable. Yeah. 2 trucks were brand new, by the way. So
that's much better. I've had to deal with that on listings where we've had problems and we're getting it ready for the market, and I've called them and they have been responsive, but it wasn't as seamless as that. That seems pretty incredible.
Why wasn't it seamless? What was not?
Well, actually maybe it was, but maybe it was something that they sent a video on how to fix or something. I don't know. There was a little more work into it.
You've got to be able to find the number, like serial number, on the interior of the window.
Aluminum framing.
Yes, inside.
Yeah, I did that
between the glass, because they have to pull up the actual order so they can make sure that they have the exact same right piece. Because this was a big window. It was like a custom, 4 foot by 5.5 feet. It was a big window. Not a cheap window too. Nice. Huge props.
Okay.
So
very nice.
All right. Back on target.
We are going to take you on a tour of 3 properties in Santa Barbara's Riviera.
You may want to take a ride. I feel like they're doing construction up here.
Sure.
That looks like, let's go through the neighborhood.
That's a beautiful idea, bro.
So we were on Foothill. We're cutting down Alomar, big arteries of the sort of Foothill area. San Roque. This is San Roque?
This is San Roque, and this will take you over towards Mission Canyon through these streets here on our left. Will shoot us over towards Mission Canyon, and they run into the area where the Santa Barbara Natural History Museum is.
Keep going.
One more.
I love this street. Actually, this is a secret street, so I know this is
Puesta del Sol.
But I love this because it cuts right to the Natural History Museum. Natural History Museum in Santa Barbara is one of my absolute favorite places. I loved it when I was a kid. I love taking my kids there. If you do drive this road, just like what Joe's doing, people walk, you got to go super slow. This is not a shortcut, even though we're using it as one.
That's why they put the speed bumps there, because Why does it do that?
What is going on?
Elon,
it's fine. Don't just concentrate. Don't do that. Just drive.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it off. It's on auto.
Get by these people before you run them over.
I'm not. There's a nice new house. Yeah. That's kind of not my style. But good for them for building it. You know, story. I was living on Verde Vista as a kid, which is just a couple blocks over from where we are now in this neighborhood, and we used to walk over to the museum all the time. And when I was living there, they brought the whale carcass there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to
awesome.
basically get all the meat off of it and preserve the bones.
Oh my God, that must have
a skeleton. The whole neighborhood stunk. Yeah, the whole neighborhood stunk.
That must have stank.
It was nasty. It was so nasty.
Yeah, no, it's a super cool area. Like running around here, like them. But you can actually cut through down one of these roads right up here on the right if you're walking, and then come in through the little trail behind the Natural History Museum. It's a lot of really, really cool. I love this area.
Yeah.
It's a really cool area.
And the museum's on a creek, and so part of the museum property, like you get to go through and see the exhibits and everything, but then you could go out and explore the creek, and they have art installations and stuff, and they have a butterfly exhibit called Butterflies Alive.
Times of the year. Yeah,
I think the butterfly might be almost
year round.
Yeah, well, they have it every year though, but maybe they don't do it in the winter.
There's certain times when it's like
too cold,
really on.
Yeah,
and
this
I think
is it.
We are on it right now.
Yeah,
spring would make sense. But, and then on top of it, right across the street from the Natural History Museum, we make sure you do the drive-by. Go all the way down and do the drive-by. Okay, we're driving straight towards the Natural History Museum, but when we come out of here, you are literally across the street is Rocky Nook, and that is, again, as a kid, any of my kids, was my favorite because it has an open creek bed. The creek bed's big and there's a lot of rocks. Oh, and you can see the whale.
Yeah, try to go by the whale.
Oh boy,
this is off script. This is off script.
This was not part of the plan.
If you wanted to come to the
do the cut here.
Museum, this is what the parking lot would look like for you.
And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people here today.
Yeah,
because this place is packed.
I think there's camps and stuff going on here.
That makes sense. But it's also a holiday for many. There's the whale. Do a little.
There's that whale.
So cool. So awesome.
Stinking things up. That's a baby blue whale.
Not anymore. It's gorgeous.
Not anymore.
Okay, but then straight across the street, Rocky Nook Park, one of my absolute favorite parks.
Yeah.
Growing up.
It's a great
And my
park.
kids, again, they loved it too.
They've got a creek in there as well. They've got great
Big
hiking
creek.
trails.
Well, same creek.
Yeah.
It's running straight from the park, right next to the Natural History Museum.
Tons of big trees. Tons of big boulders.
Okay, but everyone,
okay.
There's your sightseeing for the day. Oh, and we're going to keep going. Literally right around, across the creek, and another 100 yards, and is the mission. Like, it's a really cool little zone right here.
Yeah, if you were watching a couple of videos ago, we were talking about how there's a proposal for two 8-story towers right here behind the mission.
I don't know if I love that idea.
I don't love it either. That is crazy town. But today, people, we take you on tour of homes, not just the community.
And neighborhoods.
And we're going to be focusing on Santa Barbara Riviera today. The Riviera is kind of the signature neighborhood of Santa Barbara because Santa Barbara is known as the American Riviera, and it came from the developers of the Riviera marketing this area to attract home buyers and builders to build custom homes up here when they decided to develop this area up here. So they came up with a marketing plan to call Santa Barbara America's Riviera. And then they were selling homes and home sites right here on what they dubbed as the Riviera.
Right. And I mean, essentially almost every house up here has an amazing view where you're overlooking the town, the city of Santa Barbara, and then right over into the harbor. What?
It does it every time because it doesn't like cars parked on the street right there. It thought I was going to run into it.
Dude, your car, it's very sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
It's got a regulator.
Well, and then the El Encanto Hotel is right up to our left. Amazing hotel. Really fun to go have food, drinks, stay there. Mm-hmm. Been to a couple weddings there. It's gorgeous.
They have outdoor seating overlooking the view.
Yep, 100%. But yeah, it's a great neighborhood. Fun. You should come explore it. Franceschi Park is at the very, very top of the Riviera. cool area. Well, let's get into this house.
And real quick, since you're talking about the Riviera, on this channel, there's a playlist called Living in Santa Barbara that goes into a deep dive of all the different neighborhoods of Santa Barbara, including a couple of videos specifically about this neighborhood. So if these homes are attractive to you and you want to know more about living on the Riviera and what this is all about, go search on the channel for those videos specifically about the Riviera.
There you go. Nice job.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, this is 128 Las Alturas. It is a 3-bedroom, 1 full bath, 1 half bath.
Ooh, tiny.
Yeah, it's 1,900 square feet. It's on a decent sized lot though, 1.1 acre. But again, you're on the hill, so a lot of it could be downslope.
Unusable.
Well, challenging to use it or unusable. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
This is the most beautiful view in Santa Barbara, says everyone who visits this property. Commandingly situated on one of the Riviera's most coveted ridgelines, 128 Las Alturas Road offers sweeping, unobstructed views of the ocean, Channel Islands, and city skyline from nearly every room. Ooh, that'll be cool. This timeless Santa Barbara retreat effortlessly blends classic, mid-century architecture with modern elegance, expansive floor-to-ceiling glass windows, hope they're Milgard, no, and doors, create a seamless indoor-outdoor living experience opening to sun-drenched terraces and lush, thoughtfully designed,
Sorry, everybody.
designed landscaping. Whether you're sipping coffee above the morning mist or watching the sun melt into the Pacific, this home inspires a daily sense of wonder, a rare opportunity to own a residence where the view and surprising... it cuts off. We're good.
Creative writing, extreme. Right,
I liked it. I think Tony
digging
did a good job.
That seemed like real. Like he didn't use ChatGPT. I think he made up all those words.
Well, I'll ask him. See if that is an original take or a modified. Nothing wrong with using ChatGPT. It helps.
Nothing.
But you just want to make sure you keep your original voice.
That's
your
right.
unique voice.
That's right.
As my college course that I'm in right now.
You're taking your college course?
Well, I'm taking a little course on. I'm doing some expanding of my.
Are you learning about AI?
No. Well, actually, it's fun. Yes. That is one of like little freebie courses when I signed up for my other course.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm renewing my license right now, so I feel like I'm taking a course.
Oh, I got to do that too. My broker's license comes up in August. I got to get on that. This house is listed for $3.65 million. So just a bit under the 4 mark. Closer to 3.5, actually.
That was sketchy.
I like this area of the Riviera because I feel like it's a little less traveled. You're not on that on APS, Alameda Padre Serra, right?
Yep, Sarah.
The road that we just turned off of is it's a big artery of Santa Barbara, so it's a busy road. Whereas this is a little bit more isolating over here. And here it is.
And you don't have to climb too high. You notice some of these Riviera properties, you really have to do a lot of switchbacking climbing, which is part of mountain living, but this one, you're pretty close. This is the upper Riviera. That APS, Alameda Padre Serra, divides the upper and lower Riviera, so we're just at the beginning of the upper Riviera.
Oh, they were spot on about the views, though.
Yeah. Too bad we're not getting a clear day.
Darn, I wish it was sunny.
Yeah. All right, made it up to where the front door is. Before we go inside, check out this wraparound patio. It's got this cool architectural kind of detail where it's curved here in the front. And that's the...
When look down, he confirmed what we said.
The land down below?
Most of the land is down this direction. Seems like you could do something down there.
Yeah, possibly. There is some slope density. As you get a certain amount of slope, it limits what you could do with your property, but...
I would say even just like making an orchard and maybe some cool places to hang out.
Yeah, that's for sure doable. All right, let's go inside here. You enter and just hit by this big room loaded with windows to bring in the view. Got some bamboo floor on the ground. These all have shutters so you can protect yourself from the sun if it gets hot, but most of the time you're going to keep them open. Taking in all this view, and you got an open kitchen to the dining room here. Nice and clean. Quartz countertops. Clean white cabinetry, stainless steel. No complaints there. You still get all the great views from in here. Looks like a little coat closet there, pantry. Oh, sorry. That's all right. Okay, here's one of our bedrooms. It's got a slider to that front. And then here's our dedicated bathroom for this room. Interesting tile. It's like got that 50s look, but then a little modernness to it. I really like the bamboo floors, this kind of honey tone color on it. Looks sweet. And then the hall bath. Half bath, good size though. And then let's go find the downstairs. See what that's all about. Okay, there's our garage. A little 2-car action. More like 1.5. Bathroom down here. Another good sized bathroom. You might be able to carve it into 2 if you wanted to. All downstairs living space. With a bedroom. Even the downstairs has got great views. Not always the case with these Riviera homes, but not too uncommon. And this room here, I'm still getting some of that city views, where at night is going to be really sweet because you're going to get the twinkling lights. Okay, so 2 bedrooms down here in this little living room and that bedroom upstairs. Closet door's missing there, but it's all right. A little bit of yard space.
There's so much cool opportunity here.
Oh yeah. What we got over here? So it looks like just a little bit of land back here, like Brahmi was saying. It's all down in the front there. There's how you get into the side of the garage. All right, everyone. This would be an epic hillside vineyard or some kind of crop growing. You're gonna get great sun. So Brahmi could be onto something if you want to deal with this hillside and plant it. One more shot of the city here before we go. June gloom in full effect. It was really sunny for a week until today, so this is not the standard pattern, but it is common.
Seconds.
I know. Okay.
Real quick, I didn't mention this.
Yeah.
Is this whole house sold nearly almost exactly a year ago. It had been listed at 3.195 and it sold for 3.15, so just a little bit under
90
list
under
price, and it sold pretty quick in 21 days. So it sold for 3.15 million and it is currently listed at 365. Not sure. We didn't really find out what work, if anything, had been done on it.
So they added 500 to the price.
You know, probably. It sounds like they were looking to do some remodeling and some work, and time frame wise, they didn't want to wait. Because it's going to take, not only getting the approvals is going to take some time, but also getting everyone's busy.
Yeah.
And I don't think who knows? I am ad lib. This is my opinion. Speculation. That they want something that's closer to turnkey or smaller work needed in it. I think it has a huge upside potential on that property. What do you think?
I agree. The upside potential's there, and not an uncommon story to hear someone jump into Santa Barbara real estate fixers with a lot of enthusiasm. And then, you know, the reality is that it's an expensive place to do construction. It takes a long time, and it can be quite painful dealing with permits in the city and all that process. And so it does scare people away, and that's kind of the mechanism which is what's pushing people towards competing for the turnkey stuff. That's really nice. And then you get some of this fixer stuff that has to get aggressive and maybe discount itself in order to sell, which when you match it up at the turnkey stuff, it like doesn't make sense. It seems like such a great deal, but taking on that burden is like, ugh,
well, and I mean,
no one wants to do that.
I guess, like, if that was turnkey, is that 5 million, 5.5 million? You know what I mean? Like,
not that size. Unfortunately, that house is going to need to get a lot bigger to jump in price significantly, I think.
yeah, it is. You're right.
Or get a
It
lot,
was 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath,
a lot fancier. Yeah, I mean, even
and all the bathrooms were upstairs.
there was no bathroom down there.
I don't know.
No, there was a bath. There's a big bathroom
Oh, so
downstairs.
then there's two. Then
Yeah,
maybe
there's
I'm-
2.5. Because there was that big bathroom downstairs, and then there was 1.5 up.
It just on here it says 1 full bathroom and 2 half bathrooms.
Oh, was downstairs only a half? Anyways, we'll have to consult the video.
No, it is. 1 full, 2 halves. So 3 bathrooms in total. I misread it earlier. My bad.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the next one. This one also has not even been owned for a year. It was sold September 19th of last year. It sold for $2.494 million. Sold after 49 days, and it initially was listed at $2.75 million. It is now currently listed at $2.995. So again, about a $500,000 difference. It'll be interesting to hear what the story is on this, why it was purchased and then being sold so quickly. It is a 2-bedroom, 2 full baths. It's on a 1.37 acres.
Another hillside
solid
lot with a lot of acreage.
A lot of acreage. I don't see square footage anywhere.
No, I couldn't find it. I saw some old tax record that said it was like 800 square feet, which must be wrong, but we'll go find out. All right, street view on this one. We're just at the base of Loma Media.
Super close to where we just were.
Yeah, really not far at all.
Look at this.
Look at a little drainage corridor for the neighborhood here. Whoa, that's gonna handle some water. And just really cool sandstone and stucco and a hawk in the tree. Ah, this is cool. Look at these grounds. So you can see here, classic Santa Barbara styling. All right.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is that drainage corridor. You can see it goes from all the way up there, and then we got some kind of hawks or something up there going, but
Well, and then shoot where it comes down to.
I did earlier. What are you, a director now?
You don't have to yell at me.
All right, here we go.
Look at you get your own little lawn.
This is nice. Lots of steps. You can't be afraid of uneven steps at this house. It reminds me of walking up the bowl, you know, going to a concert or something.
Yeah, but it reminds me of being like in the French Riviera.
Yeah,
You know, it's like
very romantic
everything,
and old world.
you know,
Here's one of the, all right, so here's one of the cottages. Super charming. I like how they exposed some beams. Not everyone's favorite, but I like it.
yeah. Dude, full Kelly Slater style semi-gun.
Oh, step up.
Dude, it's so narrow, that board.
Okay, this is the little 1-bedroom casita, guest house. Really cute, really charming.
Yeah, and
lots of character.
condition.
Yeah, really good condition. Look at this little Juliet balcony out here. Could keep an eye on things. Check your little drainage corridor if we're having a rainstorm. Looks like some other little areas over there. Or shall I say zones.
You know what's interesting is it feels almost like, I guess not entirely. Maybe this must be a little like a VRBO. Well, the bed's not good for it though. Take that back.
Let's see what's up here. Yeah, this has got such County Bowl vibes, which is one of our premier music venues, tucked away at the base of the little Riviera. Not far from here. You could probably hear the concerts if you lived here. Wow. Man, we're gonna have to go up there.
Hey, look at over there. You see that?
Yes. Not from this area. My goodness. All right, we're gonna do a lot of exploring on this property. Look at that little, it looks like a ruin. All right, so this 1.3 acres is actually a lot more usable. They've created all these terraces and areas. This is where that water source starts from.
What a cool eucalyptus.
Looks like it's split.
Got your blue agaves. Of course, the weather's been spectacular today. Right?
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Let me get out of your way.
Oh yeah, you did.
All right, let's go find some more house. So many outdoor spaces to explore. Actually, I'm not going to the main house just yet because I have to find out what this little shrine is over here. So I just crossed our little creek that's on the property. All right. No, what's over there?
I think it might be a nice little sitting viewing area.
One more area here. It looks like a bench, probably perched in a nice, particularly great view spot of the property. See some nice landmarks. Kind of some trees in the way, but see downtown there. That blue jay's like, get out of here. Yeah, if you're a hiker, you could just buy this property and just hike your property. Just do laps, come up with all these figure 8 patterns and stuff.
you hire people. That's how you do it.
All right, nice little wedge view there. Looking at Santa Barbara Junior High, the harbor. Okay, more rustic, beautiful Santa Barbara character in this one. Look at this fireplace. Big, gigantic, oversized fireplace for this room, but adds a lot of romance with these old distressed wood beams. And then look at this cute kitchen. Classic Santa Barbara tile on the counter and backsplash. Beautiful appliances. Like the plenty of light, and of course the sink's got the view.
Do you know when this house was originally built? In the 20s. 1920s. Yeah. Two Italian stonemason brothers built it. That makes sense.
Two Italian stonemason brothers built it. Okay, bedroom. So one bedroom up, one bedroom in the downstairs unit. Really unique setup, but I think it would speak to somebody who wants two particularly unique Santa Barbara style independent cottages. Here's our closet with a view. With some privacy and separation, yet plenty of space to commingle and hang out together. All right, everyone. I think we've seen it. All right. Woo! Now that was Santa Barbara charm on steroids.
So hey, I got some of the background on it. It was originally built in the 1927. I don't know, maybe not, but in the 20s, by two Italian stonemasons.
Yes.
Which makes perfect sense because when we walked in, we were instantly like, "Oh, this is like being in Italy, like." You know, or somewhere in Europe and having like French Riviera, whatever, walking up the stairs, you know, constantly, and a ton of stone stairs and everything.
Well, look at the Riviera was created by Italian stonemasons' hard work, because in order to make this habitable and create lots, they had to terrace it, and they brought in a bunch of Italians in the early 20s. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And if you look at all the original construction in Montecito, or excuse me, Riviera, closer to where the Riviera Business Park is, you will find that there's tons of terraces. That's where the utilities are underground. But yeah, it's basically the stonemasons.
Shit. Learn something new.
Yep.
That's really cool.
And
well, so two of the brothers who must have been doing a lot of this work probably got that lot and built their...
Yeah.
They each built a house. And so there's two 1-bedroom, 1-bath houses.
That's all a brother needs.
Exactly. The top one had an amazing fireplace, like the stoneware.
Yeah.
I love that stone.
It was
fireplace.
so oversized for that tiny little living room. That was cool.
Yeah, it was super cool. And then I did ask about the buying, just having sold back in September.
The quick turnaround.
It sounded like you need to relocate for work.
Okay.
And maybe back to the East Coast or something. But they did do a bit of work on this property, and they did a lot of the work that they thought that needed.
I hope we got that on camera.
Oh, that was great. People dancing, loving the day. You know, when people buy a house, they do an inspection, property inspection, home inspection. And a lot of the work that was called out, so a lot of it being more infrastructure, plumbing, other things, they handled all of that already and then painted. I thought the places were in great shape.
Yeah.
They did a lot to the yard, I guess, with some new planting, etc. So if that's what you're looking for, is like two separate units, it's pretty turnkey.
Yeah.
You know,
those could make for some great furnished rentals too, possibly.
Yeah.
You know, if you wanted something that you could use part of the year, let's say you want to spend a month out of the year in Santa Barbara and have something that generates income, then that could be a good option for you there. You would probably have to do 30 days or more on the rental, which there's a market for, unless you wanted to poach a kind of under the radar vacation rental business out of your home, which a lot of people do.
Yeah.
You You know?
Well, like I think like you could do here, pull over here. An Airbnb, you could still do short term, right? Because you live there. Can you not, or is that not?
If
the
you
case?
live there and you invite people to stay in your home, I think that's okay. You could do short term if it's on your property that you live in.
It says left.
I know. I'm going to do that. Just scoping the scene here, taking it in.
Oh, okay. So we better talk about this next one.
Yeah, I'll go slow. Talk fast.
Again, this one sold even more recently in February. So we're literally 4.5 months. It sold for $3.884 million, was listed at $3,995. So it sold a little bit under price. It is currently listed for $4.275. So, about $400,000 over the original sales price from back in February. We will have to get to the story as why it's selling again so quickly. It's interesting. I don't know if you did this on purpose, but like the stories behind this being that all of these properties were, 12 months.
I did not. I was shocked when I pulled these ones, picked them, and then saw the history. I'm like, oh wow, all 3 of them recently sold.
Yeah, I don't.
All right, so we have 1, too much work, maybe too costly to do the remodel they wanted to do, so they changed their plans. Number 2. Change of lifestyle,
Needed to move.
What's this one?
What's the story on this one? Okay, so this one, real quick though. Sorry, 4-bedroom, 4 full baths, a big house, 3,000 square feet. It's on just shy of an acre, like 3/4 of an acre. If you're looking for privacy, premier south-facing location and clear coastal views, the romantic ranch house on Santa Barbara's Upper Riviera offers breathtaking and unimpacted panoramic views sweeping eastward from Point Magoo over to the historic city. Yeah, let's
go check it out. All right, here's our driveway view. Some of the trees, the setup. There's that little private lane we came down to get to this point. Some more of the signature stone walls you'll see all over the Riviera we were talking about on our way up here. So you're greeted with a 2-car garage. We got some flagstone. It's actually stamped concrete. It looks like flagstone.
Yeah, I agree. We were just talking about this little courtyard and how cool it is.
I love courtyards.
Yeah.
One of my favorite outdoor features in a home.
It's like almost Adobe style.
Well, it's just a
Okay.
style that was done.
Beautiful wood floors, kind of original oak,
100%.
vaulted ceiling,
And just this unobstructed view. Did he ever move any?
killer views,
Stage.
no power lines. We'll go out there and look at it because it's kind of frosty with the windows and the fog today. Okay, we got our dining room off of the living room. Here's an elevated fireplace, kind of a cool feature. The kitchen has been updated. It's got some beautiful granite on the counter, some oak cabinetry, some recessed lighting. Cooktop, travertine on the backsplash. So the kitchen maybe about a 15-year-old remodel or something. But it looks pretty nice. I like how they have this extra sink here. You can work at this workstation here. And a laundry room. And looking back out, oh, they got the stone in there too. Back out to that courtyard that we came in on. This is possibly our primary or one of the main bedrooms. You have a slider out to a deck, a couple closets, and again, another entry, so its own door to the outside, which lends it to be kind of a guest unit, possibly. Another little sitting area down there we'll have to take a look at. You could close this off, maybe add a kitchenette to it.
Not my problem.
You know what I mean?
Yep, I do.
It just goes and goes. Where it goes, I don't know. And then downstairs, so there's 3 bedrooms. There's 3 bedrooms and 3 baths
Bedroom number 2. Very nice size, rectangular shape, standard, with 2 closets and another door to the outside. Every room gets an escape hatch, which is kind of fun and cool. And this wing is separated from the living room with a pocket door. The original bathroom in good shape, but really hasn't been touched, maybe new flooring. Okay, this must be the primary. This is the room I would choose if I was living in this house, because you get to wake up. Oh, look at that.
How's the views, huh?
Pretty dynamite. And at nighttime, you're going to get twinkle lights.
You said this runs all the way down to the street, down below.
Nice.
Property.
0.8 acres. Too bad we don't have sun today for you, folks. And then again, access to the outdoors. Every room has access, it looks like. Nice patio. Pocket door into this bathroom.
Good-sized bedrooms, too.
Look at that tub with a view. Could sit back and look out there. Travertine, glass enclosed shower. Now, we've seen 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms up here. Go downstairs. So I got the hummingbird protectors there on the window to let birds know, don't fly into this pane of glass. It will hurt. Okay, this is like the basement area that's been finished.
A little bunker.
Yeah, interesting. It has that subterranean feel.
Big time. Oh, wow. They must have had to, like, this must be a major supporting wall right here.
Big beam. Okay, again, the downstairs with big views, always nice. And some yard space. Got some turf down here. This lot goes all the way down to the road. Big jacuzzi over here on the deck. That's nice. Little patio here. Bro, we found some little patio. This is the alfresco dining area. Oh, okay, we got an exploration zone. Look at this. I wonder if this is all part of the property over there too. I think that's the neighbors. I think this fencing is going to denote what part of this backcountry belongs to the house we're touring and what belongs to the neighbor over there. Hey, look who I found.
Hey. Don't go with it. No, no. Oh.
What?
We gotta go over there. I'm telling you.
Down there?
Magic.
Magic down there.
It's full secret magic.
The earth is trying to take back the magic.
What'd you say?
The earth's trying to take back the magic. You see all these steps disappearing and all the dirt and stuff?
Keep going over. Go straight across. No, take the bridge. Yeah, there are a lot of holes. Careful on the bridge. Gunpowder bridge.
There's a little statue
Yeah, that's the beginning.
of the sweetness.
Sit zone.
Okay.
But look it down. Hold on.
I wonder if
Once you get on the other side of this rock.
thoroughly exploring this 8/10 of an acre. What? Oh gosh.
That's classic.
Yeah.
But that is what I'm talking about down there. Turn around slowly. Into the rock.
What?
Let's go.
Is that a heart with a ribbon?
I don't know.
After we're all gone from this earth, this carving will be here for some archaeologists in 50,000 years to find. Wow. Is this all part of this property, or is this the downstairs property comes up to this? I don't think this, I think we're on another property now.
He said this runs.
All the way to the street, but there's a house. We got to ask him if this belongs to the property. Look at that cool little carving. That's a significant fire pit, and it goes down to that house.
Like you're right. Like
I think we're starting to trespass. All right. Let's get out of here. What to ask? Okay, we're back up at the house. We left that little exploration of the lower area, and there were a few more rooms up here we didn't see. When I came down the stairs, I went to the right. Now I'm all the way to the left.
Wait, this is where we came down.
Okay, I didn't see this.
Did you not go in this?
I thought there was more in here, but okay, we got it.
Just that bedroom over there. Get a good shot.
Yeah, this balcony is
Like straight.
Shots on MLS.
so.
We took on a really nice day.
Yeah, too bad the fog came out today.
Yeah, on a sunny day, this is.
You're so. I like how you're squared up perfectly with the harbor.
That's what I was. That's
That's
exactly
the
what I
money
was.
shot, right, Joe?
Yep.
It is like square, right on it.
It's right there. Yep.
You're literally almost facing exactly due south right here.
All right, everyone. Amazing views here.
All right, everyone.
Climbing out of this little private lane. What'd you think, Brahmi?
I liked it. I liked it.
It's
lot.
a pretty magical spot.
Very. I mean, it's obviously it needs tons of updating, but it seems like the bones, as the real estate world loves to call it, and myself, the bones seem really solid. Lot of usable, fun land. I mean, it's still you're definitely walking up and down. Like it's not like a simple, flat land, but it's very usable. A lot of rocks sort of locking it in. View is
Dynamite.
one of the best. Like it's
no
like
power lines, straight on. Not too high, not too low. Like that perfect height.
It's like you're cupped. Like it's this cupped, perfect 180 degree view that's firing straight at
everything in Santa Barbara.
the harbor.
Yeah.
Like
Which then gets you all the way up towards, Hidden Valley, over that towards Hope Branch. You could see towards Goleta, see down towards
Point Magoo.
Point Magoo, yeah.
Yeah,
And
no,
everything in between.
That was I think you could make, and I really like that little courtyard that they had right when you come into the house. I thought the courtyard was really cool.
Not on the view side of things, but I could see maybe in the afternoon chilling there if it's getting hot, because it is facing directly south. So you're going to have a good amount of time in the midday where you're going to get a lot of direct sunlight in there.
Well, yeah, the view, but at the same time to go sit out there and just sort of chat and
It almost needed more space. Like that little patio to take on that view was so tiny for how grand the view was, and then it had those weird little 1950s decorative posts, in the view as well. All of that was just
you would change that up for sure. And if you could, push cantilever out farther, because you got a lot of solid ground below, and push out a deck and then just, put some solid beams coming straight down support underneath, and then create a little bit more open space on that south view side of the property would be awesome. So cool. And here we are. We're back on APS.
Yep, Alameda Padre Serra, for those who Haven't figured that one out yet. Understandable.
And we're coming up on the left-hand side. We're going to drive by Santa Barbara Middle School, which is a great private middle school that our youngest daughter went to. And it was awesome. They're actually 6th through 9th grade, so it's a little bit of an expanded
What a campus.
middle school. And there's the old Brooks Institute, the film and photography college.
Very, very nice. So, everyone, what'd you think of those houses? What'd you think of this Riviera tour? If you liked it, please subscribe to the channel because we're going to be making these videos weekly for you, giving you the local insight of what Santa Barbara and the Santa Barbara real estate market is all about. We love sharing this community with you and love hearing what you have to say about these videos.
Yeah, keep the comments rolling.
And also reaching out directly. You know, I've been talking to a lot of you about your real estate goals and putting you on programs to help you get you selling you some homes. So that's why we're making these, to give you someone to introduce yourself to, start your own journey towards Santa Barbara with us. Let us make it a reality. There's a lot of opportunities out there. And when you plug in with us, we're going to not only show you all these ones, but we've got handfuls of off-market stuff we can show you as well. So lots of benefits if you're in the real estate market to reach out to us, not only for real estate sales, but all your brokerage needs for mortgages, refis, and purchases around the country.
Yes, reach out. Been
Probably.
love hearing. I've been actually getting some great
2
interaction.
people in 1 week, reached out about their mortgage
2 or
needs.
3 actually. Yeah, it's great. I love it. Don't hesitate. We've got everything. We've got small loans. We have, you know, $10-20 million loan. Like, we can do whatever you're looking for. Just reach out.
Yeah,
We just need to hear from you.
One more plug for some real estate services we could offer is getting you connected with professionals like ourselves in different communities. If you're thinking about selling or buying in another place, but you don't know where to start, the Berkshire Hathaway network is vast, and we can search for the right person that specializes in what you want to find and, you know, gels with your personality and get you plugged in with them. So if you want
And
some
same
help,
goes for financing. I'm actually licensed in multiple states, but I've got friends and colleagues all over the entire country. So reach out, reach out. That's all you got to do. We love it. We love hearing from people, and we love helping. So I want a quick special shout out to Dr. Donnie, who is all set at his new retirement community. Congratulations. I'm really excited for you, and it's awesome.
enjoy the next chapter, Dr. Donnie.
Woo!
All right, everyone. So we made it back to the mission. Perfect place to sign off and say, see you next week. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and be sure to keep a smile on your face.
And a thumbs up if you're feeling like it.
And we'll do the same. Peace.
See ya.